Take.
Okay. Question number 2. Can you explain how this all started between you and I
How
from
this,
the very beginning?
so go back to high school?
No, it did not start in high school, Peter. I'm talking about last year.
Oh, 2017. You mean, you talking about a few months ago. Okay. Now,
Your
um,
version.
how did it all start? Well,
Right.
I joined Facebook finally, and I sent a friend request to somebody I knew from high school, Miss Kaona, and she came back and accepted my friend request. And then you sent me, what did you send? You sent me a message.
Okay, but let's go back. But how did you, I mean, did it just come across the screen like people you may know or something like that, my picture?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and then you said what when you saw my picture?
I said, oh, I definitely know Kaona. I said, damn, and she looks good.
So, did okay.
And she's in Dallas.
So
That's touching distance.
so when you say you knew me, did you just know of me?
I knew.
Okay. Okay. All right.
You think because of your bad memory and the fact you can remember me
Okay. You knew me. So you knew me from Denver. So for those of
when
you
you
that
had your
don't
curl.
know, really, they don't need to know all that.
You just said for those of you who don't know.
No, I was saying for
I
those
had a
of you
curl.
who don't. No, I was not saying that. For those of you
Oh,
who don't know, we both grew up in Denver. He went to XYZ High School, and I went to Montbello. So
what high school did I go to?
XYZ. Okay. Okay. So pick up. Okay. So you sent the
Now
friend
you gonna say
request,
my high school?
George Washington High School.
Thank you.
And then you sent the Facebook request. I accepted it and then go from there. Okay. Go ahead. Then what happened?
And then you accepted it, and then you sent me a message back on Facebook and said, "How you doing? You looking good?" And I said, "I'm cool. You look good too." And then you said, "Ray said hi. Here's my number. Hit me up." And I said, "Oh, okay." And you said, "I'd like to take you to dinner." And I said, "Well, I'm a gentleman." I said, "No, I'll take you to dinner." And then you said, "All right, cool." And you said, "Well, at least come to my house and eat Thanksgiving." And I said, "Well, I already got some other plans." And you said, "Well, that's cool, as long as we still gonna do dinner sometime soon, because I want to get at you."
Really? So that's how it went, Peter?
How come all my stuff comes?
Because it
I
is
don't
not
see.
true.
Sometimes I don't see why you even ask me the questions.
Because it's not true. I want you to tell the truth.
Let me hear your version. Yeah.
Okay, this is how it went.
And then
for those of you who want
when
to
I
hear.
do like this, that means I'm gonna chime in and you're lying.
Okay, so he sent me the Facebook request and I accepted within 24 hours. And so I'm thinking to myself, I said, "Oh, he's cute." And I said, "I know this name, but I just, like, you know how you've seen somebody's name or something, but you just can't remember where, whatever." So I couldn't remember. So I called a friend of mine and I said, "Hey, do I know Peter Chan?" And so they were like, "Yeah, you know." And so they're trying to get me to know. And so, and so the friend asked me why, and I said because he sent me a Facebook request. And so he's like, "Oh yeah, he's real good people, you know, blah blah blah." So I was like, "Okay." So I said, "Well, I'm gonna send him a message because
So
he's
far, this
cute."
is exactly like my story.
No, it's not.
Exactly.
So and so
There have been 3 different words. So
Peter,
far.
it's my turn.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And so, so I said, well, I'm going to send him a message in Messenger because, you know, he's cute and blah, blah, blah. So he's like, okay, he's real cool people, blah, blah, blah. So I sent Peter a message in Messenger, and I just, the mutual friend that I'm talking about is Ray. And so I said, hey, how are you doing? Ray told me to tell you hello. And so he sent me a message back because he wasn't reading between the lines, and he just was real proper and, and just said something like, hey, how are you? Thanks. I have to give Ray a call or something. And I'm thinking, okay. So I had to send another message to get him to understand what I was trying to get across to him. I'm not sure what that message, you remember what that was?
I'd just like to hear for a second what it was you were really trying to get across.
I was trying to let you know that I was interested.
So why didn't you just say, hey, I'm
because I
interested
didn't
in-"
know.
You brought another cat into the mix?
Because I didn't know. You knew Ray and I were just friends. I'm just saying. I was just trying to get the conversation going.
Okay.
Okay, so what was the second message since you remember everything?
I want you.
Peter.
No.
Tell the truth.
The second message was, something like, do you ever come to Dallas or something like that?
Was it?
Was it?
I don't know.
And then I said I have family and stuff there. So.
Okay, and so we kind of got to talking through Messenger. And so anyway, then I said, well, I got an early morning tomorrow, so I'm gonna go ahead and go. I said, but if you want to call me, are you roughing me? And so I said,
Focus.
I'm gonna go ahead and go. But here's my number, and you can call me. And so he answered back and said, okay. He said, well, I'll give you a call sometime, and here's my number. And he gave me his number. And then, after that, we started texting. And what he's talking about, like inviting you to Thanksgiving, no, that happened like later that week because, he had told me that he had just recently moved to Austin, and, he didn't have family here and stuff. So I did say if he didn't have anybody to spend Thanksgiving with, he was, welcome to come and have Thanksgiving with us in Dallas. And so he was like, oh, that's so sweet. So anyway, that's when he told me he was.
All that week was a blur to me.
Why?
I was just excited. Sometimes we're excited to be a blur. I thought all that happened at the same time. But keep going.
Really? Okay. And so he was going to Houston to be with his family for Thanksgiving. And so we just, started talking then. And we've talked every day since November 20th. And that's how it happened. So you didn't touch me like this at all. So everything I said was true, correct?
It mirrored what I said.
No, it did not, Peter. You said a whole lot of different stuff.
All I did was cut to the chase. You just added more detail.
No, you said that I sent you the message. I was like, I sent it because I said because you was fine.
And I want you.
Oh, my God. Okay, so anyway, that's how it happened.
You wait till episode 3.
Tell the people bye-bye.
Bye.